So we are going to start our chapter number 3, work measurement and job evaluation. So here I have made two parts. Third A regarding work measurement and third B regarding job evaluation. So today we are going to just focus on work measurement. Why we are going for this work measurement? Because in work study we have seen work study is nothing but it is a combination of method study plus work measurement. So method study already we have finished, different diagrams, different models. Is it right? Last lecture we have gone through that. Then we are going for work measurement. Work measurement means in method study we have seen that we have to measure the time, we have to measure the we can call it as unuseful time. Is it right? And we have to neglect, we have to eliminate that unuseful time. So how that time is measured, how it is represented, so that we are going to learn in this work measurement chapter. So what is the syllabus? So this is the syllabus of work measurement. I'm just talking about here first part of the third chapter, which includes definition, objective and techniques of work measurement, time study, stopwatch method, performance rating, allowance, relaxation, interference and contingency, policy, calculation of standard time, work sampling, its need and procedure, predetermined motion time study, PMTS. Okay, so this is the syllabus of this particular work measurement point. So what is meant by work study? So already we have gone through this. The term is related to two techniques. Work study is combination of method study and work measurement. In this we have already completed this particular part, that is we can call it as the method study part. This is already we have finished, which includes method study is the recording and examination of existing process, means developing and applying effective method for by reducing cost. So rather we can call it as development of more economical method. So here recording of the process, examination of the process and eliminating the unnecessarily time or unnecessary operations and developing new process, that is comes under method study part. There we have gone through string diagrams, different charts, how they are used, different conventions, etc. like this. Then our focus today is on this particular part, that is called the work measurement. What is this work measurement? So combinedly this method study and this work measurement is called as work study. So out of this work study, 50% part we have finished, that is method study. The remaining is next, that is work measurement. Work measurement is related to design the specific standard time. So here more focus is given on standard time. So what is meant by standard time? So if I told you to write one page notebook, all of you are having, you have to start from first line and you have to end at last line. Okay, last corner. So if in the one page, if I start from the writing the top up to last particular line, so near about 20-30 lines may be there, 25-30 lines may be there on one page. So how much time is required to fill up that lines? So that particular call is standard time. And while writing, whatever the process I am doing, so that is called standard process. But if I told you that you are in fresh mood, etc., I told you that you should start writing from first line to last line. Within 5 minutes you have written. So what I record that the 25 line to write nearly 5 minute time is required. So that 5 minute time is standard time, and I have measured that time. Let's say when you start first letter on the letter particular page, I have started my watch, and when you end at last word, I have stopped my watch. And then I have said that for writing 25 lines, 5 minutes is required. And develop the standard process. This is a standard process already developed is there, and we are using it. Is it right? Then if somebody came into the picture that one person has required 5 minutes, another person came into the picture and he started the same thing, writing on one page to the last page. If he required 4 minutes, we can say 30 seconds. Then whatever the standard 5 minute time is there, it is get reduced. Is it right? Here the standard time get reduced, means your writing speed is increasing, your work capacity is increased. Similarly, if third person came into the picture and if he required, let's say, 6 minutes, 6 minutes 30 seconds, in that case, he required more than the standard time, because standard time is 5 minutes. So like this we are measuring. In industry also we are measuring like this way. Initially we have decided, we have defined standard time. Let's say one job is there. To complete that job, 20 minutes is required. So industry calculation might be like this: 20 minutes for one job, in 1 hour, 3 jobs. Then in 8-hour shift, how many jobs? Can anybody tell me? 20 minutes, one job, 1 hour, 3 jobs. Then in 8-hour shift, how many jobs?
24.
So you are just calculating 1 hour, that means 3 jobs per hour is multiplied by 8 hours. Is it right, Rishikesh?
Yes, sir.
But here we are not focusing on the allowances given to that particular worker. That worker cannot, let's say 8-hour shift from morning 8 to evening 4. If we consider these 8 hours, morning 8 to evening 4, then in this 8 hour, you have not considered the lapse time, because you are just calculating 20 minutes for one job, 1 hour 3 jobs, 8 hour 24 jobs. But whether that worker can work for that 8 hours continuously?
No, sir.
He required certain lunch break, he required certain allowances, some relaxation time, some contingency time, that means going to the washroom, etc. Tea time is there, tea break is there, lunch break is there. So in that case, your standard time of 8 hours will be get reduced. And whatever that particular job, if you put the target that though there is a lunch time, there is a tea time, but you have to complete 24 jobs as per the 8-hour schedule, then that worker may take 18 minutes or 15 minutes to complete one job. Is it right? He will work fast, he will work more, and he will finish that job within less time as per the standard time. Then and then he will be able to reach the target. Otherwise, when you are giving the target to that worker for these 8 hours, you have to complete 24 jobs. You should consider this particular allowances there, and you have to give the time. Let's say you are consider that for every time lunch break half an hour, 15 minutes tea break, and 15 minutes relaxation time. Then you reduce it 1 hour from that 8 hours. So you are having only 7 hours with you. 7 hours multiplied by 3, it becomes 21. In that one job also you have given again that whatever the 20%, 20 minutes are there, it is given to delayed conditions. tooling delayed may be there, raw material delayed may be there, etc. And then if you set the target, okay, we are at this particular point. So we are talking about the particular work measurement. So whatever the standard time we have given, so let that standard time may be of 8-hour shift we are calculating. 20 minutes per job is required. 8 hours, 24 jobs will be there. But here we added 30-minute lunch time, 15-minute tea time, or 15-minute contingency time, etc. Then 7 hours. 7 hours multiplied by 3, it gives me 21 jobs per shift. Again, 20 minutes I have give some additional regarding the particular, we can call it as the tooling, loading, etc. part, initial process setup time. Then you can set the target for that worker. Maybe he can complete 20 jobs per shift. So how you have calculated this? So this is the particular our aim. This is what we are looking for, that to determine the standard time for doing the operation or work. Either you have to develop. So how that 20-minute time is required for that to doing that particular one job? How you have defined it? And based on that, per shift, how you have defined it? So that particular point we are going to learn in this work measurement chapter. Then this is the particular, we can call it as the graphical representation, in which work study is the major part. It is divided into, we can say, two parts. That first one is the particular method study. That is already we have seen this, to simplify the job, develop more economical method. And work measurement, to determine standard time for doing the operation. If these two things are done, that means if whatever this work study box is there, where these 2 points are there, method study, that is developing more economical process, and reducing the unnecessary time, or determine the standard time for developing the that operation or for doing that operation. If these two things will happen, then definitely our aim will be reached. What is that aim? Productivity will be higher. We are not talking about here production, we are talking about productivity. Is it right? So number of productions is different case, and number of productivity is different case. Already in first chapter we have seen that particular difference. Productivity in the sense of input to output, or output to input, that is measured. And production, number of production means number of units produced per month, per day, per week, etc. So here we are going to focus on higher the productivity. That means within the same input, either production will be increased or production should be remain constant, but input is get reduced. So that side we are going to focus it. Then this is the already work studying procedure is there. Already we have gone through this. Select the process. Is it right? First select the process, then record the particular process, record, then examine, then develop, measure, define, install, and maintain. Already we have discussed a lot about this, which process we want to develop. First we have to select that particular process among the many processes. Then we have to record that particular process with standard time, standard device, standard measuring instrument. Whatever the recording is there, we have to do it. Examine the recorded data, where we can reduce the things, that we are going to develop the things. Then measure the things, define what you have reduced or what you have introduced. So that definition should be there, proper procedure should be defined. Then install, use that process for we can call it as the productivity improvement. And last one is maintain that process for longer time. Just developing new process and installation will not be the part, but maintain that process for longer time, so that in future it become the standard one. So that is the important part. So this particular flowchart we are knowing very well. Then we are going for this work measurement. So what is the definition? So this is just a brief idea about work measurement based on the previous two chapters, what we have studied, and what is our aim to do this particular work measurement. So this is the brief idea. Then we are focusing on the definition of work measurement. What is the work measurement? Work measurement is the application of techniques designed to establish the standard time for an activity by qualified worker at defined level of performance. So if we look at to the definition, here many different or important words are there. Many important and different words are there. Application of technique. First word is application of techniques. So many techniques are there. Is it right? You might be knowing that. If I want to make the drill on the job, for drilling, I can use different techniques. Lathe machine on drill, I can use drill on lathe machine, or drill on drilling machine itself, or machine. I can make the drill with my hand also. Hand drill also is there. So which technique I should use? Application of technique is there. That is important word. Application of technique. Which technique you are going to use? Designed to establish the standard time. So these particular words are again important. Establish the standard time. Let's say a small piece is there. So I will just draw here one square like this. A small piece is there, and it's, let's say this diameter is, I can say 10 mm or 20 mm. Okay, this is the front view. Top view will look at that. This will be look like in the round piece, and this diameter is 20 mm. Is it right? Then I have to go for a central drill here, and this particular drill may be of 510. Is it right? So 510 drill I want here. So 510 drill I can put, or I can use for this. Already I told you three machines. One is a lathe machine, just I will write symbol L. Second one drilling machine, and last one hand drilling machine. Is it right? Hand drilling machine. Then I have to establish the standard time. How? So let's say this thickness is might be, let's say 20 again. This particular thickness is, I can say 20. So 20 by 20 is the particular shape is there, 20 mm diameter and 20 mm thickness, and in that I have to go for 10 mm drill. Simple job is there. So in workshop I can make the drill by three ways. I can make the drill on lathe machine also. I can make the drill on drilling machine also, and with the help of hand drilling machine. All of you are knowing hand drilling machine. Where the hand drilling machine is used? Can anybody tell me? Hand drilling machines where you have used, where you can see in these particular machines in our day-to-day life. Can anybody tell me? Hand drilling machine where it can be used? Rakesh, Shubham, Rishikesh.
Yes, sir.
Hand drilling machine where you can use? Where we can use hand drilling machine?
In our company, sir, or workshop.
Company or workshop. Drill, yeah, Shubham has given correct answer. To drill the hole on the wall. Electrician fitting may be there, etc. So they are bringing some small machines. They are changing the bit, and in wall they are making the drills. Is it right? So these particular house electric fitting. Yes, correct. Electric fitting mostly this is used. So these three options are with us. Lathe machine is there, drilling machine is there, and hand drilling machine is with us. So by which method we can reduce the time for this drilling operation and we can establish the standard time. Let's say on lathe machine I have to put this particular job into vice, and in tailstock I can put the drill bit and I can move it and I can go for drilling. So for that it may be required, let's say uh, 5 minutes is required. Okay, then I have to switch off the machine, rotate the chuck again, remove the job, put the new job. So by concluding all these things, 5 minutes is required. On drilling machine, I have prepared one fixture. Let's say this particular such type of fixture may be there, like this. Here I will just put the job, and on above this center drill is there, and I will put the job here, and immediately I will just press the drill to the center like this, and drill will be formed. Again I will just move this drill up, remove the job, put the new job. So for this particular process, let's say 3 minutes, 2 minutes is required. For this 2 minutes, for this 5 minutes, and for hand drilling machine. So hand drilling machine is required. You have to hold the job, you have to put the drilling machine, and you have to make the hole. For this, let's say 7 minutes are required. Standard time I am calling it. So which one is beneficial for us? 5 minutes, 2 minutes, or 7 minutes? Which is beneficial for us? Can anybody reply? Which time is beneficial for us? Shubham, Rushikesh, Rakesh. Which time is beneficial for us? 2 minutes is beneficial, or 5 minutes is beneficial, or I can say 7 minutes. Shubham is saying 2 minutes. Rushikesh, what is your opinion?
Sir, I think 2 minutes.
2 minutes, everyone. Yeah, majority people are saying 2 minutes. I am getting 3-4 answers. Yeah. So here how you have decided this 2 minutes is beneficial, as it is minimum time. And in the particular what operation you are going to focus, you are just going to focus drilling operation. And for that drilling operation, 2 minutes is sufficient. So that like this way, when different options are in front of you, so here what is written? Designed to establish the standard time. So here we have to establish the standard time. So which operation is required, what operation is required, this operation can be proceed on which machine. So that knowledge we must have. And after that, we can focus where the time can be reduced. And once it is said that 2 minutes is required to make this drill, so who can do this? By qualified worker, that is the skilled workers. Qualified worker. There in industry there are three types: skilled worker, semi-skilled worker, and unskilled worker. So here we are measuring the time in contact with or in person with skilled worker or qualified worker, because he is knowing, he is skilled person, how to load the job, how to push it. So like this, when the skilled worker is came into the picture, or by looking at skilled worker only, we can define, we can establish the standard time. That means for that process, below 2 minute time is never achieved. If skilled worker achieved 2 minute time, then definitely semi-skilled worker may require 2.5 minutes or 3 minutes, unskilled worker may require 4 minutes, etc. But drilling for that drilling operation, the time should not be below than 2 minutes. If it is below than 2 minutes, then definitely that worker is more skilled. But by looking at skilled worker, 2 minutes is set. So like this we have to find. at a different level of performance. Different level of performance means how he can perform his work at different levels. So in the different level, again there are many more conditions are there. So if we look at to the shift, morning fresh condition, energetic level, middle little bit we can call it the lazy level, at end of the shift it will be tired level. So by nature of the human there are three levels. Then performance level, he is doing excellent, he is doing nice job. Then accuracy, precision, whether whatever this hole is there, whatever this drill is there, whether this drill is at centrally correct or it is little bit offset. If it is at center, it is at high performance. If it is little bit offset, let's say it is not at center, it is little bit shifted to this side, left side or right side, then the performance level is secondary. So like this, at different level or defined level we can choose. So what is the defined level here? That drill should be at center only, it should not be offset. So the person's physical levels are different, performance levels are different, but here we can set the high performance always. This drill is at center only, it should not be at offset. If it is at offset, the performance is less. So these all the points are come into the particular work measurement definition. We are just looking the work measurement definition right now. Work measurement is the application of techniques designed to establish the standard time for an activity by a qualified worker at defined level of performance. So if you look at this definition, near about 4 important words are coming into the definition. These 4 important words or group of words are application of techniques, establish the standard time, qualified worker, and defined level of performance. Then how this work measurement is carried out? Work measurement, here the main point is establishing the standard time. What is the standard time? Then standard time can be defined as the time taken by an average experienced worker, not unexperienced worker. Its standard time can be defined as time taken by an average experienced worker for the job with provisions for delay beyond the worker control. Beyond the worker control, some delays are there, that delays worker cannot control. Let's say that in industry right now, in our lecture also, internet was shut down or electricity was shut down, so that delay we cannot control. Okay, so here we have to provide the provision for that delay. And average experienced worker, what is this average experienced worker is there? In industry, some workers are there, they might be having experience of 20 years, 25 years. Some workers might be having experience of 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Some workers might be having the experience of 10 to 15 years. So here average, if 5 workers are working, take their experience, make the summation, divide by number of workers, so you will get average experienced worker. And in that average experienced worker, how much time is required for doing that particular process? So that is called the standard time. Is it right? And here we have to be define the provisions for delay. What is this what is meant by these provisions for delay? So provisions for delay, already I told you that that unexpected delay, unavoidable conditions. So that we have to consider. Then work measurement start with investigating and eliminating ineffective time. What is the investigating and eliminating ineffective time? What is the effective time for this work? What is the unnecessary time? What is the complete time? So that investigation and reducing the unproductive time. So with this particular work measurement step start. Again, it provides the basic, or we can call it the foundation for method study. Okay, foundation for method study. So this is the particular work measurement start. Objectives. What is the objectives of the work measurement? 1 minute. What is the objectives of work measurement? Work measurement, by doing this work measurement, what we can get? Reveal the existence of ineffective time, if any. In that process, if any ineffective time is there, so we can find that ineffective time. Reveal means find and take the corrective action on that. Reveal the existence of ineffective time, if any. If any ineffective time is there, we can find that ineffective time and we can find out the cause of that ineffective time and options how to overcome that ineffective time. Set standard time for carrying out the specific job and standard output level. So to complete this particular job, what will be the standard time? Standard time for carry out the specific job or specific operation. How much is the standard time? And based on that, what will be the standard output? So that we can define here very well. Then applications, where this particular work study can be useful or where it can be applied. It can be applied to evaluating the worker performance by comparing his output with standard performance. Means, let's say that is what we have said. That is what we have gone for this particular one example at initial. If I set 24 jobs is the target for the worker, or with allowance calculation, if I said that the particular 20 jobs are required for the worker in 8-hour shift, then in 8 hours, if that worker gives or if that worker completes the particular 20 jobs, then we can call it as its performance is standard one. But let's say that worker has given only 18 jobs, then his performance is good or bad or on the verge of average. What we can say? Can anybody suggest me? If the 20 jobs are required to be produced in 8 hours, and if that worker produced 18 jobs, whether that performance is underperformance or overperformance? Can anybody tell? Shubham, Rushikesh, Rakesh, Gaurav, please reply. Please reply. if 20 jobs are set for the particular 8-hour shift and that worker has produced only 18, then his performance is under performance or over performance or good performance. Okay, Shubham has said average underperformance. Rakesh, what is your opinion? Are you there in the meeting?
Yes, sir. Underperformance.
Underperformance. Okay. Why it is underperformance? Why we can say it is underperformance?
Sir, they have produced less than expected.
Yeah, they have produced less than expected. But if he is produced, let's say 22, then if he is produced 22 jobs, then over performance,
It's beneficial.
special performance, out performance. Is it right? So like these things are there. That means evaluating the worker performance. So here we can put the healthy competitions. In our class also we can put the healthy competitions. Let's say 30 mark exam is there. The standard is 25 marks. Who will get more than 25? Is it right? So like this, to create the healthy competition between worker or the compare the workers performance to each other, so that not to each other but to the standard one, with the standard one and among themselves also, we can boost, we can motivate them to go for good performance like this. Estimating man, materials and machinery requirements. So how many workers may required, how many material is required, raw material per day, how many machineries are required. To calculate that also, we can take the help of this standard performance or standard time calculation. To determine the available capacity of the given level of the workforce and machinery. Available capacity, how many, what is the capacity of that machine, what is the capacity of the person, how in a one day, in a 8-hour shift, how many jobs he can produce. So like this, to measure the different thing, whether machine will run for 8 hours, whether maintenance is required between 20 jobs or 30 jobs, etc. So like this, to understand the machine capacity also, human capacity also, level of workforce, same work where if I am doing for many more time, then I may be under fatigue. Last lecture we have seen this particular point. If I am doing the same work for many times, then that may create fatigue to me. But in that fatigue also, what is the level of workforce? That is also measured. To compare the work methods for economic comparison. So economic comparison, it is always there in the industry. How many hours you run the machine, what machine you are run, what will be the electricity used, is it right? How many jobs you are producing, what is the cost of that job. So every time that economic point is always there in the industry point of view. Whenever that analysis is there, their economic analysis is one of the important part in the industry. Then establish the wage incentive. So wage incentive means what? My target is 20 jobs per day. Is it right? So just I will say you that 20 jobs per day per worker, and let's say industry is running for 25 days in a month. Let's say 5 weekly offs are there. Is it right? Then for 25 days, what is the target for a single worker? 20 jobs per day. Then for 25 days, what is the target for that worker? Can anybody tell me? It's simple multiplication. Rakesh, Rishikesh, Shubham, Gaurav, Prashant.
250 jobs.
250 How 250 is there? 20 jobs per day, and total month is 25 days.
So 500.
500. It's simple. 20 into 25. 500 jobs. Then I have to give the wage incentive. I have to give the incentive that worker. So what I will put that. This is the target for 1 month, 500 jobs for 1 month. Let's say if some worker may complete the jobs more than 500 per job, I will increase, or I will give you the 10 rupees, or per job I will give you the 2 rupees incentive. Or if job is a little bit critical, 20-minute job is there, so per job I will give 10 rupees as an incentive apart from your salary. Then worker may be having that particular mindset. If I will complete 600 jobs in a 1 month, for 100 jobs I will get 100 into 10 rupees, 1000 rupees as an incentive. But the worker who will not complete for more than 500 jobs, for them no incentive will be there. So what happened in that case? In that case, worker may think that if I want to get this incentive, more money, I have to work more. So daily, instead of 20 jobs, they might be producing 20, 22, 25, 30 jobs maybe they are producing. And at the end of the month, the worker who is getting more incentive is become happy because he has produced more jobs, and for whatever the target is there, 500 jobs is the target for 1 month. He has completed that target, and then extra he has given the industry, that extra products he has given, and for that extra product he is getting the incentive. So like this, to establish the wage incentive, on which basis I have established this incentive, on which basis I have decided this 500 job is the target for 1 month, based on the standard time, based on the work measurement. Based on this only I have decided this is the target for 1 month. Then last one is the to facilitate the operation scheduling. What will be the operation sequence of operation? What will be the operation scheduling? Which operation is to be carried first? Which operation is carried to be last? So based on that operation scheduling, to improve that operation scheduling, this standard time is used. So these are the objectives, and we can call it as the applications of work measurement. Where to apply work measurement? So areas. So these are the, we can call it as the areas of applications. It is widely used where work or part of the work is repetitive. So main important condition is that it can be used anywhere widely where the work or part of work is repetitive. Repetitive means it is doing after some time. Okay, 3 general criteria are there for the measurable jobs. Which are these 3 criteria? 3 criteria are: first criteria, work should be identifiable in terms of number of units produced by worker. So this is the important thing, that the number of units should be identified, or it should be defined how many number of units produced by worker within that shift, within that range, within that month, within that week, within that given data, we can call it as given rate. Work should be performed in reasonably consistent manner. So reasonably consistent manner means when we can call it as a consistency, same worker, same results we are getting. That is called consistent. So whatever the consistency is there, so if reasonably consistent work is there, that means only one operation we can consider: drilling, lathe machine, milling, whatever may be, or assembly, shop floor, Is it right? Punching, tightening with nut and bolt. So consistent operation. There should not be major changes. Here we cannot say that major changes. Is it right? Major changes means you are just doing one. Today you are doing the assembly of let's say two-wheeler, and immediately yesterday next day you can start the means you are manufacturing the let's say automobile parts today, and tomorrow you can start the parts which is required for aeroplane. So that is not called consistency. Is it right? So yes, model can be different. You instead of one vehicle you can produce the same part for other vehicle also, but there should not be major change in the parts or manufacturing or design. Then volume of work should be justifiable to perform the study and keeping the record. So how much volume of work you will be there, that should be justified. Otherwise, if without any justification, if we are just increasing the volume of the work, it will not be the part of the work measurement. Volume of work should be justifiable to perform study and keeping the record. So you cannot say that I will measure 1 lakh jobs and I will record the what are the time study or calculation part is there for 1 lakh jobs. It should not be there. It is not applicable. It is not just we cannot justify that why we should record the data of 1 lakh jobs. Is it right? So you can say that out of that 1 lakh, I will select 1,000 jobs or I will select 100 jobs, and for that I can perform this particular study. So that is called sampling also. So that is our next part. So we will see there how this work of volume is get reduced or how it can be selected. So in these with these three criteria for measurable jobs and for whole work or for part of the work, this work measurement can be applicable. Then basic procedure. So already we have gone through this particular chart, basic procedures. Is it right? So we will just look at to this particular job basic procedure. Just read this. Basic procedure. Select job to be studied. Record all relevant data related to job is recorded with all element of work. Examine critical examination of detailed work breakdown of job to find effective motion method being used and separate them from unproductive foreign elements. Measure, quantify the work involved in each element in terms of time using appropriate work measurement technique. So already we have gone through this little bit detail. Then compile the standard time for operation in time study using suitable allowances to cope with the delays caused by relaxation, fatigue, and operators' personal needs is compiled. This particular part is new to us. Compile, define precisely the series of activities and method of operation for which time has been compiled and issue the time standard for specific method. So what is meant by compile? Standard time operation using suitable allowances like relaxation, fatigue, and operators' personal need. So that we are going to study, and then we have to calculate the standard time for that particular job. Techniques of work measurement. How that work measurement technique is there. So this whatever the flow chart is there, how this flow chart is implemented. Several techniques are used for estimation the standard time in industry. These are first one, time study, work sampling, predetermined motion, time system, and standard data method. First we are going for time study, then work sampling, predetermined motion time system, and standard data method. So that we are going to study. Then how that time study is there. So what is mean by time study? How this particular method is used? Time study is the most versatile and most widely used technique of work measurement. Simple time study, timing is how that timing is used for that job, how much time is required, how much time is wasted. So to understand the work measurement, time study is a very initial, nice or basic technique is there. So how this time study is there? Okay, it is the most versatile, most widely used technique is there. How it is there? What or how we can use this time study? Okay, so it is used to estimate the time to be allowed to be qualified and well-trained worker working at a normal space to complete the specified task by using specific method. So already we have seen for this particular method, for this particular work measurement condition, a well qualified or well skilled, or rather we can call it as a skilled worker is required. He should do the particular skilled worker, qualified worker should do the specific task with specific method at normal space. Normal pace means at normal speed. The worker should not do the work in hurry. Is it right? Many times we are doing some work at a very fast condition. So sometimes we are just normal, and sometimes we are just doing the work at slow motions, very slow. So we should do that, worker should do that work at normal speed. It should not be very hurry, very fast. Okay, this any doubt is there? Rishikesh, Rakesh, Gaurav, Shivam, any doubt? Rahul, Nikita? Okay. So worker should do the task with normal speed. He should not do the task with very fast manner. Then and there a proper standard time can be measured. Is it right? Then a specific task, that means specific work by using specific method. So that is also that method we have already selected. Is it right? So that is not the part, but here worker, well trained worker with working at normal speed, that is important. Then this technique is based on the measuring the work content by prescribed method with the allowances for fatigue and personal and unavoidable delays. So majorly three allowances are considered here, that is fatigue allowance. When that's why last lecture I asked you the definition of fatigue. The stress developed by doing repetitive action or by doing repetitive work. So last lecture only we have gone through this. If I told you to write one page, so you can write easily. But if I want to tell you, if I told you that continuously go on writing, so after 3-4 pages you might get fatigue, and your whatever the we can call it as the handwritten writing is there, it may be different, or you might be starting laziness, you might be showing laziness, you might be starting to show want some relaxation, etc. So that is called fatigue, and for that we require to provide the allowance. And for personal and unavoidable delays, Personal delays may include some physical activities, drinking the water, latrine, etc., tea, lunch. Unavoidable delays means electricity of power of tooling. Is it right? Tools are not sharpened. So like this unavoidable delays may be there. So that is comes for that we have to provide the allowances there. So at initial only you told me 20 minute job for 8 hours, 24 jobs are there. So where that allowances are there? There are no allowances. So like this, such calculation should not be there. Time study procedure. So while doing the time study, what procedure we should follow? Select the job for the time study. New job or new activity. That activity must be start from starting point only. It is new one. Is it right? As operation appears to bottleneck. What is meant by bottleneck? Bottlenecking means we are already what are the let's say setting up lathe machine. So lathe machine set. How that lathe machine is get to be set? So we are placing the job in 3-jaw chuck. We are tightening the. We have start the machine. We have checked the job whether it is rotating smoothly or whether it is some dugging, etc. We are hammering some jobs, etc. Again, we are losing. We are tightening. So like this, whatever the initial standard time is there, it is reduced. So we can measure job is ready, tool is ready. Many times it may be happen on lathe machine you feed the job and your single point cutting tool is not get sharpened. So you have to release that tool from the machine. You have to go to the grinder. You have to sharpen it. Again, you have to set the tool at center. Is it right? So that bottlenecking is done. Everything is on the perfect way. Is it right? Unnecessary time is reduced. Need of standard time to introduce the incentive scheme. So what will be to set the target of the jobs for month, for the week, for the day. Is it? We are in the need of the standard time. Then and then we can set the target, and after that target, if somebody's performance is there, a company can provide the incentive to them. Change in the material or method of working to set new method. Many times, sometimes material may be get changed, method of working may be get changed. So that is already we have to consider. So change in materials. If this material is there, instead of this material, if we use this material, what will be the reduction in time? Or what will be the increase in the time? Is it right? Instead of this method, if we are using another method, what will be the time calculation? Whether new method is easier, it will be completed in less time, or new method is longer, which require more time. To compare such a thing also, that means material characteristics, method characteristics, or to set a new method, this time study can be used. Complaint from the workers about set the time standard for an operation. Many time worker may say that you have given us 20 jobs target, but standard time required is more than 20 minutes, and how you can say. So complaint to solve that complaints also, because if workers are starting complaining, then it may be effect on the productivity, it may be effect on the production. So we have to focus their complaints also. If they are saying more time is required, we can say them, let's check what is the standard time required and what is the time set we have. Is that right? So like this, so that is we can call it as the particular selection of the time set. Selection of the job for time set. Excessive ideal time of machine or extremely low output of machine. So if machine is running for more ideal time or it required more setting time, many machines are there which require more setting time. Is it right? Or extremely low output. Machine is really working very slow. It is not working on high speed. It is really working on slow motion. For that, this time study is useful. Compare the efficiency of two methods. Already we have discussed this part. Let's say drill with the help of lathe machine and drill with the help of drilling machine. Which method is efficient? Which method is more suitable? Make preliminary investigation to carry out the method study. We are going for method study, but preliminary investigation. This method gives me this much time. This method gives me this much time. Which method I should require to improve? So that preliminary investigation, this time study can be done. Excessive cost of particular job. If some job cost may machining cost may be increased, some finishing cost may be increased. So to study that excessive cost, where we can reduce the cost, where we can reduce the operation, this particular time study can be done. Selection of worker. How the worker should be selected. Selection of worker for time study is a very important factor for the success. If more than one person are performing the same operation, time study may many time one or more of the workers. One worker is doing one work, it's fine. But if same work is given to many workers, let's say drilling machine, if 5 workers are working on drilling machine, then we have to be calculate the time study for 5 times for 5 machines, 5 different workers. Is it right? And then we have to take the average. So like this, the worker selection is there. Mostly here we are giving the preference to the average experienced worker. That should be skilled worker. It should not be like that the worker is unskilled, he is new to the company, he just joined before 2-3 months and that particular person is selected. No. The worker is selected like such a way that it is having average experience. He has worked in that industry for 10-12 years. He is handling that particular machinery very well. So for them, we are just selecting these workers. Quality of the workers. So workers on which time study should be conducted must have necessary skills for the job. That means this particular worker should be skilled worker. Have sufficient experience with given method on the job. He is having sufficient experience on that particular method. Means let's say worker is selected but he is not having experience how to operate the lathe machine. That is not useful. The person who is working from last 10 years on the lathe machine, such a worker is selected because he is knowing each and every button, each and every setting, each and every knob, etc. Be an average worker as a regard of speed of working. So very slow in industry, some workers are slow workers. They are doing their job little bit slowly. Some are fast workers. They are just finishing there. They are in always in hurry to complete their job. And some are average workers. They are not in hurry and they are not too much lazy, or we can call it too much slow workers. So such a workers we should identify average workers for the speed of the working. Be temp temperamentally suited for the study. That worker temperament, that means physically he should understand what is the time study, what is the for what purpose this is particular going on. Many times worker may feel that if we go for measuring the time, the their target, whatever the target is set, it may be go on increasing. Is it right? So they might be lose their temper, they might be lose their frequency. So like such a worker should not be there. Calm and cool worker should be required for such study. Have the knowledge about the purpose of the study. That is what we are saying. The worker should have the knowledge about the study. He should understand why the study is going to be carried out, what is the use, what is the purpose of this study, why it is useful, how by doing this particular study, how the industry performance will be increased, his own performance is also increased. So he is not just looking at the we can say the target. My target is increased. Why I should do this job? So it should not be like the condition. He should understand what is going on mentally, physically. He should be healthy. So such a workers we require to select. Time study equipment. So for that, what equipments we can use? So definitely, if we are going for time study, first device is the timing device. Timing device. What are the timing devices? Can anybody tell me? What are the time measurement devices? Can anybody tell me? What are the different time measurement devices? Rakesh, Rushikesh, Shubham, Gaurav, Rutuja. Okay, watch, mobile, etc. Any other? Rushikesh, Rakesh. Okay, timing devices, correct. Mobile, most of the time in mobile stopwatch is there. So we can use that stopwatch. We can use the watch, etc. Okay. Observation sheet. So whatever the time you have recorded, to write that time, the observation sheet is there. So what is the format we will take? We'll check. We'll see that particular thing. Observation board, observation sheet is there. Observation board is there, where you can put the measure the timings. Other equipment like pencil, eraser, tachometer, etc. So that is also used. Some writing pencil, eraser. So that is the normal equipment we require for measurement of time scale. Timing devices. So whatever this watch and mobile we have said, out of that, the best is the stopwatch. So all of you are knowing it is in our mobile also stopwatch. Most of the time, if you are watching the running races in Olympic, then you might be knowing the stopwatch is used so that milliseconds, microseconds also can be watched. Is it right? So that is the stopwatch. The stopwatch is the most widely used timing devices for the time study. It is very easy to handle. Is it right? Although the electronic timers is also sometimes used. Electronic timers are also there. So on our mm, we get told as the fridge or some heater or some oven, electronic timers are there. 5 second, 5 minute time is set, 2 minute time is set. So it is goes on reducing, etc. That is electronic timer we can say. Electronic timer can measure the time accurately to the third decimal of the second and keep the large volume of time data in the memory. So that whatever the recorded time is there, so we have to save that time. So in electronic timer we can save the time very easily, but with the help of stopwatch, whatever the time is coming, we have to record with the help of pencil and sheet, etc. So these are the we can call it as the equipment required for the time devices. This is the very simple. This is the we can call it as the electro stopwatch. All of you are knowing how to use it. A, what is this A number indicate? A is the slide for stopping and starting the movement. Okay, so just A we have to press. It is the starting and stopping the movement when the particular motion, when the particular operation is started, when that particular operation is ended. For that, this particular we have to press the A at the time of start and at the time of end also. B, winding knob. Pressure on this knob return both the hands to 0. So when you press this B knob, the both the this particular pointers are there, it will come to the 0. And again, when you release it, it can be start your stopwatch. So this is the very simple stopwatch is there. Okay, this is the diagram of stopwatch. This is the actual photograph of stopwatch. All of you are knowing this very well. This is the inside dial is there. Is it right? So middle dial indicates the microseconds or the point particular seconds. Larger is the big second, or middle is the, we can say it shows the seconds, and outer is the microseconds. Is it right? So it can be used decimal minute time watch. Here we can just find out up to 1 decimal, but with the help of electronic timer, this is the electronic stopwatch or electronic timer. Here we can find out 2 digits, 8 minutes and 43 seconds. So like this, or 8 seconds and 43 microseconds. So like this, what are the set timing is there in seconds or in minutes. So according to that, you can get the particular recording data or recording timings. Okay. Then this is the, again, this is the micro motion camera with synchronous motor device, gives constant speed of 1000 frames per minute. So this camera is also used to record the motion, to record the particular thing. Whatever our video quality is there, that is depending on the camera. Is it right? So this particular camera is such a camera which can record 1000 photos, or he can click the 1000 photos per minute, 1000 frames per minute. Okay, so you can imagine if 1 minute this camera is on, he can store 1000 photos of that 1 minute. Is it right? That means for every 1 micron second, he can click 1 photo. So by such a we can call it as the such a good accuracy, we can measure the time device, and not only time device, but actually with the help of this recording device, we can also capture the movement also. Is it right? What movement at this particular point, how this worker is moving the job, how it load the job, how it use the tool, how it release the job. Is it right? So for 1 minute, 1000 frames are captured. Let's say 5 minutes, if we use this camera, we are getting 5000 images. These are the continuous images. Is it right? So like this, the particular we can call it as the timing devices or measuring devices are used in industry, and based on that we can use the time study. Then this is the, again, electric motor driven time recorder. This is a little bit old, electric motor driven time recorder. So here is a time delay dial is there, then stylus under chart, then scribe on the back. Is it right? Then counter, access to the windows permit the operator to record the reaction for downtime, and this is the wheel, stylus and inkless wheel. This is rotating with electric motor. Is it right? Signal lights on only on charging the work time. So when work time is measuring, this particular wheel is rotating, these on top lights are on, etc. like this. Is it right? 1 minute. So this is the electric, it is called as product log with electric motor. This is one more device to measure the time. This is the time study sheet. This is the time study sheet. So here, department, operation, machine, then operator, which tools and gadgets are used, material which is used, then study number, time off, time on, operator name, clock number, studies, date, everything is mentioned. Here some points are there that R indicate rating, WR indicate watch rating, ST indicate stand subtracted time, and BT indicate basic time. Okay, so this is the description, which activity is there, what is the rating, what is the watch rating, standard time, basic time, etc. So here we have to mention, we have to fill this. This is the time study top sheet. That means a sample copy of the time study. Is it right? Then based on this, we have to use it. This is the one time study sheet, field sheet, observation sheet. Here you can observe some name is there, then what the particular part of drawing is given below, operations are written. So what to pick up the job, how much time is required, what time he will pick up. So same operation he can perform number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. So every time how much time is required, then we have to calculate the average time. Is it right? Then tightening the with square nut or tightening the nut. How much time is required? So it is written TR. That means what is the standard time? What is the rating? So every time we have to use, and then we have to calculate the average time. Then we have to use certain formulas, and then we have to come to the conclusion. And at last year, the sign is there. Who has done this particular time study? Okay, stopwatch time study of drilling operation made by the continuous operation. Stopwatch time study of drilling operation. This is the drilling operation. Okay, so here it is written, pick up the job, tightening with the screw, drill, put on the drill on the anvil, drilling operation, release the drill, release the bolt, remove the job. So whatever the operations we have just to doing. So at drill, at what speed that drill is rotating? Here it is written 6,600 RPM. So that drill rotation is also written. So that for that much drill rotation, what time is required? If drill rotation changes, your drilling time may be decreased or increased. So whatever the small details are there, these can be filled in this time study sheet. So whatever the previous is there, this is the empty time study sheet. This is the filled time study sheet. And after this, these many operations, so it is written 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 19 operations are there. 19th operation is not there. It up to 17th operation is last. So up to that it is written field. And then the next one is called detected time. Then normal time, average time. So that is calculated based on this calculation. This is the time study sheet in detail. Okay, so on this time study observation sheet, what is to be there? It is the printed form with spaces provided for noting down the necessary information about the operation being studied. So what is noted on the time study sheet? What information we have to fill? So this information we have to fill: name of the operation, drawing number, name of the worker, name of the time study person, date, place of the study. So this is the upper side. Then if we go, the spaces are also provided in the form for writing the detailed description of process. That is element wise. Pick up the bolt, hold it, tight it, start drilling, etc. So that detailed description is written. Record the time or stopwatch reading for each element. Start the stopwatch, pick up the job, put on the machine. Stopwatch stopped. How many? 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Put the job into the machine. Put the job into. Immediately stopwatch start. With help of key, tightening the job. After tightening the job, remove the key. Stop the watch. 2 minutes are required to tighten the jobs. So each and every element, this time is recorded. Then performance rating of the operator. How that operator is doing that particular performance. The rating is given 1, 2, 3, 4. He's doing nicely, he's doing very lazily. Let's say 2 seconds are required to pick up the job, but he's required 3 seconds according to your time. So you can give him less performance. If only 1.5 seconds are required, give him higher performance. So like this performance rating is there. Competitions. So whatever the data is there, you can compute that data. You can measure, you can take the average, you can same thing you can, that means whatever the pick up the job, this operation is there. If I will do this 10 times, whether every time it is completed within 2 seconds, sometime it is completed in 2 seconds, sometime 2.2 seconds, sometime 1.8 seconds. So what will be the average computation? That computation is required. Whatever data you have collected. Is that right? So that is also on the time study sheet. This is the time study board. This is actually one photograph. So operation again, same thing is there. It is little bit in not in that much detail where which is written in the time study. On this sheet, whatever details are there, so that detail is not there. It is just like board. So one number operation, what will be there. So this board is just put in front of machine. The board is nothing but it is the particular pad is there, and this on this pad, if we attach this time study sheet, then it becomes the time study board. Here, whatever the sheet is there, this sheet, this is the only sheet. If we put this sheet on the particular clamping board or some pad, etc., and if you hang this with the help of stopwatch is attached to it, so that you can just press the stopwatch, you can measure the things, and you can write here. Is that right? So this is the time study board is there. This is the time study board and little bit better thing. Observation board with the observation sheet for the recording data of by the repeating method or repetitive method. So for repetitive method, how many times you require? Then below that operator signature, person signature who is doing this time study. This is the very simple thing is there. Time study board. It is the light weighted board used for holding the observation sheet and stopwatch in the position. It is of size of slightly larger than the observation sheet. Generally, the watch is mounted near to the upper right hand corner on the board. The board has clamp to hold the observation sheet. So this is very simple. By looking at this only we can understand. It is just like our pad where we can hold the sheet, and at one corner a special arrangement was made to hold the particular stopwatch, so that with this board the particular stopwatch is also be there. Then record the details. So we have to record the details. Break the job into the elements. Whatever the big job is there, you have to break into the elements. So pick up the job, hold into the machine, start the facing operation, start drilling operation, so these are the steps, these are the elements of the job. Measure the duration of each and each element. So pick up the job, how much time is required, clamp the job on machine, how much time is required, drilling operation, how much time is required, casing operation, how much time is required, turning operation, how much time is required, release the job, how much is required. Then calculation the relaxation and other allowances. So after how many job worker need relaxation? So let's say 10 jobs workers are doing. Pick up the job, put on the machine, tight it, make the some operation, release the job, put into the tray, take next job, put it, clamp it, do the rest. So after 10 jobs, if workers say 10 jobs are over, I need to drink water, I will stop for 2 minutes. So that is called relaxation allowance. Is it right? Other allowances, lunch time, tea break, fatigue. By doing same thing at 10 times, he might be facing fatigue. He will start like this, shaking his hand, or like this, shaking his hand, neck. So that is we can call it as a relaxation allowance, fatigue allowance, etc. And after that, all this particular thing calculate the standard time. So there are certain examples of standard time. Okay. So how to calculate the standard time? What is the normal time? What is the performance rating? And with the help of these, how the standard time is calculated. That is our next point.